Friday's poor jobs number, a lot of people feel should have given him plenty of ammunition to attack his Democratic opponent, or opponents. Let's not forget Bernie, right? Instead, Trump found himself in a pot of hot water created all on his own.
If you are saying he can't do his job because of his race, is that not the definition of racism?
No, I don't think so at all.
So no Mexican judge could ever be involved in a case that involves you?
He's a member of a society where, you know, very pro-Mexico, and that's fine. It's all fine. But
Except that you're calling into question his heritage.
I think he should recuse himself. Do you know the law firm paid Hillary Clinton hundreds of thousands of dollars to make speeches?
But here's just the fundamental question.
Do you know that they've contributed tremendous amounts of money to her campaign?
Yes.
If you don't know by now, this is all in reference to the judge presiding over the Trump University lawsuit, U.S. District Judge Gonzalo Curiel. And regardless of calls from every major leader of his party, Mr. Trump has doubled down on every network, including Fox News this weekend, with Jeanine Pirro.
Why did you refer to his ethnicity, Donald?
Well, because his heritage is Mexican.
So
and
what?
Well, because I want to build a wall. And I'm getting along great, I think, with Hispanics, but I want to build a wall. There are some people that don't like that.
Some of the numbers don't indicate that. Do you think you have to dial it back?
Look, I have to be what I have to be. I mean, I have to tell the truth. But he's of Mexican heritage. I hope he's going to be fair, but he's treated me very unfairly.
Let's bring in former Republican governor and senator from Virginia, George Allen, along with former Democratic governor from California, Gray Davis, a Hillary Clinton supporter. Governor Allen, to you first. Now we have John Kasich, who's the latest member of the GOP, calling on Donald Trump to back off, apologize. How should Donald Trump separate himself or move away from this situation and move on to the issues that are truly mattering to, I think, a lot of Americans?
Well, Liz, Donald Trump ought to be talking about jobs and the economy, which is what people care about. And if he's going to win the election, he needs to be magnanimous to get more Republicans to join him and attract independent voters. And I think he has really good ideas on energy and economic policies. And this, I think, was wrong in the way when he said it and the way he's handled it. If he really wants to say that this judge is biased, get his lawyers to file the pleadings, file the motions in court to say that this judge ought to be recused because of his biases. Have that as a courtroom decision as opposed to a political rally issue where most people, again, do care about opportunities for themselves and their children. And I think Donald Trump has, if he can, focus on some of the positive things he said more recently on energy and making our country more competitive.
Well, Governor Davis, had he focused on that jobs report beyond a single tweet saying this is an ugly number, it's horrible, which it was, could be a one-off, we don't know yet, but instead he focuses on this issue. But if he were to look at that number and try and work on that issue, it could possibly hurt Hillary Clinton, who has basically stapled herself to the Obama economy.
Well, I think the Obama economy is pretty good, and I agree with Secretary Clinton that the president has not got enough credit. I mean, we were in a big ditch. We were losing 800,000 or 900,000 jobs a month when he took office, and now we've had 30 months of job gain and about 4.7% unemployment. Can it be better? Yes, and Hillary wants to take it to the next level. But I think Trump made a huge mistake by not talking about the economy and talking about this judge. In America, Liz, we welcome people from all over the world. Here's an American of Hispanic heritage, risen to a federal district court judge. By all accounts, has been a very fair judge. If he hadn't, as George suggested, Trump's lawyers would have tried to disqualify him. So now Trump is taking a matter that's in court out into the court of public opinion, hoping to discredit this judge, and in so doing, he's discrediting himself.
Well, by that triangulation, my dad, who was born in Canada, moved to America, but whose father emigrated from Russia, Governor Allen, somebody would summarily look at him and say, Dr. Klayman, you're Russian. He wasn't Russian, okay? His father may have been Russian, but look at it. We're sitting here talking about it. Judge Pirro, who is a judge, was very honest and very focused. She's been very fair to Donald Trump. But here we are discussing this issue. I think it's more important to maybe back up a bit and look at what Donald Trump should be doing. That is bringing in perhaps Republican Latino voters like New Mexican Governor Martinez, whom he attacked, who's of female and Latino descent.
You're so right, Liz. Today is D-Day. And my mother was in Tunisia during World War II and came to this country afterwards. And this is a day that Americans ought to be grateful for that greatest generation. And this is a country of immigrants and a meritocracy where everyone, regardless of their background, has that equal opportunity to compete and succeed. When I mentioned earlier Donald Trump being more magnanimous, he won. He's brought in millions of new people, inspired a lot of folks. He's won the nomination. He needs to show some magnanimity and not insult Governor Martinez in her own state. It just makes it harder for people like her or others to actually come on board and say they're going to support him. So
to that end,
he needs to show that.
Yeah, to that end, we have about 20 seconds left, Governor Davis. Hillary Clinton, we've got our team monitoring it, just took on Donald Trump and was ripping him again. I get that you have to go after your opponent, but doesn't it stand her in better stead if she focuses on the issues versus him?
Well, you can't help but focus on him, Liz, because he's constantly stepping in it. I mean, I agree with George. He should be magnanimous, but, you know, he attacks Latinos and he attacks Muslims and he attacks all kinds of people, and he should not be surprised if there's a backlash. I mean, he has a right, a First Amendment right to say anything he wants, but he also has a right to be wrong. And attacking this judge, he is dead wrong.
Okay. Great to see both of you. Two of our favorite
Good
governors,
being with y'all.
Gray Davis and George
Thank you.
Allen. Great point about, of course, D-Day and the anniversary of that. Thanks to both of you.